Revival fire is the validation of our priesthood. Hear this, sir. There is no priesthood without fire. What validates the priest is the ability to bring fire. Priesthood gives us access into his presence to connect fire for our generation. Every priest is a distributor of fire. You call yourself a priest and you have no fire to show, it's a waste of time. And let me tell you, sir, we are not Christians before God. The word Christians is given to us by the Antioch church. It's the Antioch nation. When they saw them, they called them Christian. That was not the name God gave us. The name that God gave us till today is still looking at us is a royal priesthood. When Peter was reciting that in 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 9, he was reciting what was in Exodus chapter 19 verse 4. You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, how that I bore you on eagle's wing and brought you unto myself. Lift up your hands and say, I'm born again for God first.
I'm born again for God first.
If your life is not pleasing God, you have abused the purpose why he brought you. He said, I brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you obey my commandment indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and holy nation. A kingdom of priests, a holy nation. Then Peter added his own, a peculiar people. A people called out of darkness into his marvelous light. So every child of God is a priest. And as a priest, you have been separated unto God. Nobody should enjoy you, only God. You are set apart. You have been separated from the world. Therefore, the Bible says, you have no part with the unfruitful works of darkness. Let it never be once mentioned among you. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying here? Yes. Because you are a royal priesthood. Hear me, sir. No priest is validated until his sacrifice can be ignited by fire. So it is fire that validates the priesthood of the priest. Bible said in Hebrew, every priest is made to offer a sacrifice. Every child of God is a sacrifice to God. I told you how to ignite the fire. And what did I say to you? Become an offering. Become a sacrifice. Without sacrifice, there can be no fire. Then Leviticus chapter 6 verse 12 said, the fire shall be burning on my altar. It shall not go out. That means what keeps the fire burning is a sacrifice. I've been offered to the deity, and now I am a sacrifice. The life that I live is not my own. When you see people singing some songs, they didn't wake up on top of Pandeyam. They have traffic in revelations. They have traffic in the light. I want to say to every musician, you must traffic in the light. The weight of your song is according to the revelation of your life. He said, I have been offered to the deity, and now I am a sacrifice. The life that I now live is not my own. Not my own. When we can't see fire, it is because you are not a sacrifice. Paul put it better way in Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable sacrifice. It's reasonable service. Every child of God is a priest, and we are to offer ourselves Before now, the priest brings a sacrifice, but you are the sacrifice. So priesthood, therefore, is a call of intimacy. The way of priesthood is a way of learning how to waste your life for God. You didn't hear it. If that is all you heard today, we can close church. The way of priesthood is the way of learning how to waste your life for God. Let football not waste you. Fornication should not waste your waist. Let God waste you. Remember your creature in the days of your youth, when the evil day come not. So the pathway of priesthood is the pathway of wasting your life for God. Until you waste for God, you are not a priest. I'm telling you, priesthood is a state where the Father has entrusted you with his body, where you become a carrier of the burdens of God. Because what you call your vision is God's burden. Actually, it's the burden of God that becomes your vision. When God drops his burden on you, you see it as vision. When you pray enough, he drops his burden. His burden becomes your vision. Your vision becomes your direction. Your direction leads you to a destination. By the time you reach there, it is God you will meet. Every vision will land you to meet him. So the destiny of every creation, the destiny of every creature are hanging on the head of those who understood priesthood. Your family, their destiny is hanging on those who understood priesthood. Your mother's children. You must be a carrier of the burden of God. You cannot be a successful priesthood until you represent man before God. A priest's ability to talk to God about man. He's a bridge keeper. He's a bridge maker, sorry. Where he stands between him and man, and stretch his hands and say, Lord, they will not perish. It's priesthood. Priesthood is the way of intercession. Priesthood is the way of understanding the burden of God and converting them into physical manifestation by groaning. By groaning. Hear me, sir. Priesthood is the way of prayers. That is why I told you, I said, revival fire makes you a creature of prayers. You become a creature of what? Of prayer. You become a mobile prayer. And it is in the place of intercession. Only in priesthood can we pray effectively until we are clothed. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 2. He said we groan to be clothed. We groan to be clothed. It's a divine. There is a heavenly cloth we must wear. We groan to be clothed. It is in the place of priesthood. Child of God, we are clothed with the divine. We are enveloped with the spirit from on high.